Hey guys, Papa Hasbro has a plan for you, and you may or may not like it. Stay tuned, it's coming up next. Yeah, I know, I'm just kidding, guys. Welcome back, MTG Moxman here. Hope you guys are ready for a little excitement tonight. Well, I'll be honest, it's not really excitement. It's more of a conversation, a chat about good old Wizards and Papa Hasbro. You know, ever since Hasbro took the reins, they've had some hit and misses with what they've done with Wizards of the Coast. This year is really, I think it's going to be something special. It's going to be something to really drive people one way or the other. It'll either drive people of Magic to love it or drive us away to hate it, depending on your point of view and how you look at something as a player. I think the products will be good. I'm actually not expecting great, by the way. I said good. We know they're going to bring out the next Moto Lands. We know there'll be a whole party mechanic thing worked out. I do expect Dungeons & Dragons to be a hit. Well, these are all good signs. These are things we like to hear. Moxman, you think it's going to be a hit. Why do you think it's going to be a hit? Well, everything that Wizards did last year came out well. They did a good job. Even with some of the rush stuff they did, it came out looking great. Sales were higher. Players were generally happy. We have some complaints about individual cards being banned. Maybe enough. I have personal stuff with some R&D. And I don't like the prices creeping up. But other than that kind of small nitpicking details, because I can choose not to buy those products, they did a pretty good job. And I'm really looking forward to Dungeons & Dragons. I really think it's going to drive me forward to really make me really want to see what that product's going to be like. I have not had that really since War of the Spark. There's been lots of good sets that I had interest in as I rub my back of my neck, but not drive me like D&D will. As a person who played it a long time, guys, D&D has a very special spot here. And if they mess it up, they're dead. They'll upset too many people. So it's not going to suck. I'll tell you right now. D&D will be something. Now, lots of people are looking forward to Kaldheim. There's quite a few people looking forward to Strixhaven. Time Spiral Remastered. Those are all going to be decent sets to look forward to viewing and playing with and experimenting with. But I don't know if they've had enough time frame spacing to make sure they've corrected some of the issues that'll go on with those particular sets when they come due. What I do think will happen is prices will continue to rise on some of the newer products. Modern Horizons 2 is going to cost more. It's guaranteed. I promise you. They had a good hit last time. They've kind of suckered us in with some good stuff. And expect even better stuff coming out. They want Modern to take off more. They'll put better cards in to draw us in as players. But this has nothing to do with what I want to talk to you about. None of it. None of it. This whole bit of time we've just wasted talking and having a conversation about some of the products coming up is not what I wanted to talk to you about. Isn't that kind of funny? Because everyone's already left by now. We're 3-4 minutes in. Only my core following people stay this long. My regular subscribers. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, people, for God's sake. It's free. You hit the button, then you know I'm there. Watch some videos. It's awesome. It doesn't hurt you at all. And it definitely helps out me. So that's a good sign. You can pay it forward for Christmas. It's awesome. But let's get down to the fine tax of all this, guys. Which, by the way, I hope you do subscribe. It's awesome. Wizards and Papa Hasbro there. They really know you're going to like the product already. And that's part of their plan. Their plan, and remember, their plan actually doesn't change too often. It's not about player satisfaction. As much as it is, let's not piss off the players. See the difference? Us being happy with all the products is a little bit different than let's not make them angry about what we do put out. They want us to buy. And when they put out cards like Jeweled Lotus to draw you into buying packs, when they put out Uro. When they put those kind of cards in there, they draw you in. But like banning Omnath right away, they didn't think that was going to happen immediately, but they knew it would happen. They probably knew within a week or two that they'd have to ban it. And look at how quick that ban hammer came down. That hammer was like massive. Where's my ban hammer? Hold on, I'm getting the ban hammer. Ban hammer. The ban hammer said it. The Norse gods had it. And that's what happened. When those cards come in, they get the hammer down on them, guys. That's it. We're upset. We are unhappy players. I'm putting the ban hammer down. They don't want that. They don't like it when we're up in arms as a group about anything. They like the Magic community to be kind of divided. Because then they can divide and conquer us like slices of pie. Okay? The ones they care the least about are actually the old school players. They know old school guys invest in Magic, but they know we're not the most active people playing every single little thing. I don't play every format. I don't. I've just started getting back into stuff like Commander more often. Because, let's face it, Commander Legends was awesome. So their plan for us is to get money. To draw more money out of us as they go along, of not upsetting us. So when they tick up a product and add a $5 bill on the top of that price, they add like $3-4 on their end. The distributor has to add $3-4 or more. And then the retailers have to add 20% on top of that to cover all their costs up that food chain. Well, this leads us to an interesting problem, doesn't it? Because with that logic, Magic will become too expensive to play in some formats and some ways of playing. It's inevitable, right? As they creep up the price, more and more we see on this channel and other channels like it, you'll have players complain they can't afford all the products. We're going to have to be a little bit choosier, a little bit more selective in what we play. Well, that eventually will segregate into different classes and different formats of Magic player. From the pauper people, who can't really afford to play an expensive format or don't feel the game should cost that much, to the vintage legacy players who can afford to buy everything they want. Or just rich people in between, middle-class people trying to keep up with the Joneses. Wizards' plan for us actually does not deviate far from anything they planned in the past or future. They want more money from us. They want less complaints from us. And they will do what it takes to get there. Now, the fact we like the products, especially last year, is telling Wizards to go ahead with the same model. It's like a big green arrow flashing saying, sell! Sell! Ah! Sell! Right? And we as the players are going, oh, we're so excited. So excited to get that new product. Guys, I was mediocre about Kaldheim. Then I saw Halvar. Then I saw Kaya. And I can't help but go, and get yanked in like a fish hook. But I'm keeping the ban hammer nearby. Because I have a feeling certain cards like that altar are not going to make the cut. Okay? It's just not going to happen. And I'm still keeping a close eye on Kaya because I know a lot of my people in my local store were saying that, no, she won't be banned. She's a 5 casting cost. Don't be so sure. She's not as fast as some, but in other formats, depending on what you can do with her, she has shenanigans up her sleeve. Like, just right up there, man. So be careful. And non-removal, come on. She can just take out Ugin. That's pretty awesome, right? So, I look at that, and when you look at what Papa Hasbro has been planning all along, we know the party mechanic's broken now, but it's going to be fixed by the time Dungeons & Dragons comes. Mark the video, because it's going to happen. When you see these things happening, they have a plan. They're not going to let it fail. It's what I've always said about Mox Amber. They don't let these cards fail because it has a name attached to it. They will make lower casting cost legends to make them more viable. And look what they did. They gave us Rogoth, a 0 casting cost legends, just like I said, like 2 years ago. They will make creatures to fit the card sometimes. So they will make sets to fit the player. The list is going to be modified. It's going to have better stuff in it. I guarantee it, because people complained that there was like these crappy cards on the list. It's great to see nostalgia, but you want some chase cards in there. We talked about this. Wizards will have a plan. They will make slow little deviations on corner bits of it, but the plan stays the same. to get more money from us, the player, into their pocketbook, to get the shares raised up, to pay out the dividends to the investors. And Hasbro, Big Papa, is going to lean on Wizards to get what they want. Rosewater and them can do what they can, but they got to make money too. They got paychecks. They got bills. They're just like us. They just make more. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight. I hope you learned a little something, because that is what Hasbro does. They need to make more money, and they will pump out the product to make the money. They just don't want us to complain about it. So if there's mass complaints, they are going to fix it. Do you understand? They will fix it because they don't want those complaints. Okay? They don't really care if we're happy. They just don't want complaints. So a mediocre product is better to them. Meanwhile, I would say put a total power level lock on a few things, make about 5 or 6 sets not so great to drag the level down a bit and then slowly work their way up again. But they don't see it that way. They're afraid of going backwards. Sometimes you got to go backwards so you can go forwards again. I'm just saying. Alright guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. This is MTG Moxman. Please leave those comments below about what you think Wizards has plans, because I already know what they have planned. I dare you to contradict me. Join in the fun. Thanks a lot for tuning in. This is MTG Moxman. You guys are awesome. A big shout out to all my patrons. Stay safe out there, everyone. You guys are awesome. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. MTG Moxman here. Don't forget to note what's different in my background tonight and send me an email. Only email. Do not comment on it. Just send an email and I will hook you up. Thanks again.